Welcome to the Dice Tower, a series of videos about games and the people who played them. And now, here's your host, Jim Reed.
Okay, if you're watching this right now and you haven't watched part 4A, go back and watch that first. Watch 4A. This is 4B. This is 4B of my Descent Journeys in the Dark series, Road to Legend expansion. Let's get back into it. Okay, one other thing that the heroes can upgrade during the course of the game is their home city of Tamalier. If the Overlord ever takes control of their home city of Tamalier, he automatically wins the game. So the things that the heroes can do is upgrade Tamalier's market, but more importantly, they can make these purchases to upgrade Tamalier's. They can also upgrade their temple, but mainly to upgrade its defenses to make it harder for the Overlord to raise. The other thing is party upgrades that the heroes can combine together, and they can purchase the staff, which will let them move one extra route, extra trail each week. The guide will help them with encounters, which I'll be talking about in a minute. The map, they'll need to purchase the map to be able to go on secret trails on the world map. And like I said before, the cool little enchanted boat that will allow them to travel on water trails. Okay, let's talk about the Overlord a bit. The Overlord in Road to Legend gets an avatar. There are many avatars to choose from. They all have different special abilities and different upgrades that they can obtain. Let's take a look at the Great Worm, which is the avatar that I'm actually playing right now. The Great Worm has a special ability of each time the heroes open a chest, I receive a XP, which is really good. I also get threat when they find a pile of gold. Up here, it has some attributes. This is where the avatar starts. This is the XP you'll have to spend if you're going to upgrade your treachery. If you don't know what treachery is, you need to go back and watch part 3. Monster upgrades, this is how much XP it costs each week to, if you want to spend to upgrade your monsters to a different level. Now there is a cap on how much you can upgrade your monsters based on the current level of the campaign, and that cap also goes for heroes in upgrading their dice. The other thing that the Overlord can upgrade is he'll actually have avatar upgrade cards, which he can purchase. This is the XP cost up here. You can increase your hand size. You can permanently remove 4 cards from the Overlord deck, which might not be a bad idea. There's a whole bunch of cool things that Avatar can gain: +1 armor, +1 speed. There's a whole bunch of different things. A couple of things that I've actually purchased are siege engines, which decreases every city's rating by 1, and I've also purchased lawlessness, which lets the heroes, every time they have an encounter, they need to roll an extra black power dice. Promise, we're going to talk about those encounters in a second. The Avatar will also have, and I can't find them, here's a couple, lieutenants that he can purchase and send out on the board, and these are the guys that wreak a ton of havoc. They can get into combat. As you can see, they're very powerful. They can get into combat with the heroes, and that's what you're using to raise your cities. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple final things that make Road to Legend cool. One of the things Road to Legend introduces is outdoor encounters. Here's some of the map pieces that come with the outdoor encounters. As the heroes travel from along the trail from either a city to a dungeon or dungeon to a dungeon, they're going to have to roll dice and see if they have an incident. The game comes with this incident deck. If they do decide that they're going to have an incident, you will draw an incident card, and you're going to have to find one that has the appropriate shield color that matches the shield of the incident that they're on the board. The board will also tell you a couple things, what they need to roll if they do have the incident or not. The black dice on this side will actually tell you will roll that, and the heroes will actually be sleeping during this outdoor encounter and will get surprised. Now once you pick the incident card, and you just keep picking one until you get one that has the color that the heroes are on at that moment. Like this one can be any of the colors. This is only red and yellow. The incident card, like the dungeon card, it tells you about the leader, and then if he has any minions. Of course, this card doesn't. But here's one that has some minions and a leader on the outdoor encounter. Now, the Overlord doesn't have an Overlord deck like he normally would in the outdoor encounters. So the only thing you can do is, as you're gaining threat, you can spend the threat to send in reinforcements, or possibly on this one you can re-roll an Undying roll that the leader has. You can spend threat to do that. So that's really cool on an outdoor encounter. If the incident occurs, you're going to go to this deck, which is the map cards. And these actually show you right on the card the layout of the outdoor encounter. And sometimes there might be a little special rule at the bottom, such as maybe there's a fog in the area, or this one, all figures have -1 armor because there's a curse in the area. So these are really cool. The outdoor encounter cards and the incident cards and the outdoor encounters really change things up in far as gameplay goes. And it's a little bit of change of pace for the Overlord as well, not using his Overlord deck. And the outdoor encounter is also where the party will encounter the lieutenants. Okay, I do want to say real quick that the incidents are not always going to be combat encounter cards. Sometimes the heroes may draw an incident card where they encounter a traveling merchant, or perhaps they've come across some treasure that was just laying about, or maybe they even get lost and have to go back to where they just came from. Another little cool thing that's in the game, when the heroes are in town, they can visit the tavern, in which case they buy some nice patron a round of drinks, and they overhear a rumor. Rumor cards are pretty cool. Not only do they offer some really cool treasure that can be found most of the time, that the heroes can find going into certain dungeons, but they also have their own maps for the in the book for the rumor levels. So rumors are also pretty cool little side thing that takes place in the game. Now quickly I want to just talk about plots. There's 3 ways for the Overlord to win in this game. 1, to siege Tamalier, like I said before. 2, when the heroes finally enter the Overlord's keep, either the Overlord's going to die and the heroes are going to win, or the Overlord kills all the heroes and the Overlord wins. The other thing is there are 3 plots that you can choose that the Overlord is trying to do during the course of the game. I'll just talk quickly about this one. This is the one that I'm actually currently doing. And what happens here is I'm actually trying to raise certain 4 temples across the map and set up these raise 4 cities across the map and raise these 4 temples so that I can bring the Harbinger of Doom into the game. Oh no, we've just played for 10 hours and now we have to put the game away. How are we going to know where we're at when we come back? Well, you're going to use these and you're going to use this. Game comes with some nifty little tuck boxes, Overlords and a couple for the players, so that they can store all their cards and tokens and everything away that they need to, their money, into these little boxes. I would suggest, though, putting the stuff in bags inside the boxes, or it's just going to fall through the cracks here. Also, comes with this handy little reference sheet here that you can fill out. Actually, I'll show you one here that from a past game that I have filled out. It looks a little messy. That's only because I've done all sorts of notes on here. But you keep track of everyone's XP, the campaign level, where it's at, the conquest earned by everyone, you know, where the lieutenants are, where the heroes might be, where if you have any power cards in play, which dungeons the heroes have already looked at, which dungeon they might be in. If you have a hand of cards still, you can mark off, you know, how many were in the discard pile, how much threat you had, all sorts of things like that. It's really handy, really keeps track of everything you need to know. Whew. So, let's get a final thought. Have I said that this is my favorite game of all time? Well, if I haven't, I'm saying it again. Descent: Road to Legend is an incredible experience of a game. If you own Journeys in the Dark, you definitely need to pick up Road to Legend. I don't want to sit here and tell you that the game only takes 10 hours or 20 hours. In my first campaign that we're not even finished, we've got together about 8 or 9 times for a minimum of 4, maximum of 8 hours each time, and we're still only about maybe halfway through the game. I don't care. I could play it every week. It's that awesome. So that's what I think about the game. Hopefully that was enough to sway your opinion of picking it up too. See you next time. I'm not going to do the kicking thing again. Sorry.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.